What is going on, swoopers? Welcome back to another episode of Swoop Luke. In this episode, we'll be looking at the fixture that was just released tonight. So let's run that intro, jump straight into it. So as you're probably aware, the AFL just released their next batch of fixtures. So after our West Coast game, and it is insane to say the least. So after July 29, there'll be 20 days of straight football. So I'm talking Mondays, Tuesdays, Wednesdays, Thursdays, Fridays, Saturdays, Sundays, and then Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and so on and so forth. But our next block of games looks pretty good on paper when you're just looking at it and going, oh cool, we verse a couple of bottom six teams and stuff. But then you get your little Sherlock Holmes what does he use, an eyepiece out, and your telescope and binoculars and stuff, and you go, wait a second, something seems a little fishy, something seems a little odd. So let's break it down together. So straight after the Eagles, we stay in Perth and we verse Fremantle on the 2nd of August. And as you know, Fremantle aren't flying at the moment. They're a bottom four side, so it's nice to finally have a bottom four side to play. Then straight after that, we go all the way to Queensland and we play the Sydney Swans. Thankfully, it's not in Sydney. Yes, we have a good go in Sydney, but some of those Sydney patches are just absolutely shit house, and we've played a couple games in Sydney already this year. So we're playing the Swans up at the Gabba, and that's on a Thursday night on the 6th of August. After that game, we fly all the way down to South Australia and take on the bottom placed Crows on the 11th of August. So at the moment, we're going from Perth to Queensland and back down to South Australia. Okay, we know we have to travel, fair enough. So you'd think, okay, well, we're in South Australia. How many teams are in South Australia? 2. We're going to verse Port Adelaide next. Bah, wrong. We go back up to the Gabba to verse Melbourne on the 15th of August. So you can see that we're going from Perth to Queensland to South Australia and back up to Queensland. We know we were going to travel. We're a good travelling side, but that's 4 consecutive weeks of travel. Now, this is where it gets a little bit, how's it going? And it's not just Collingwood. I haven't really looked at everyone's fixtures, but I'm just going to talk from a Collingwood's perspective. We play 4 games in 13 days of football. So in those 4 weeks of football, so these 4 fixtures were coming up, we have 2 4-day breaks, and those 2 4-day breaks are from the Fremantle to Sydney game, so from Perth all the way to Queensland, and then our next 4-day break is when we go from South Australia back up to Queensland, so the Adelaide to Melbourne game. And I think that's a bit it's a little bit, how's it going, to be honest. Like, I understand, like I keep saying, that it's fine that we travel, but I think us and maybe another team, maybe a Geelong, are the only teams to not play consecutive games in a city. Now, I'm not talking about Perth, because that's not what these fixtures are about. I'm talking about having to go from Perth to Queensland to South Australia to Queensland again. You would think that while we're in South Australia, we would verse Port Adelaide the next week, because what's going to happen now is we're going to go up to Queensland. Maybe we don't travel back to South Australia. Maybe it means we play our remaining games in Queensland, but I just think that those 2 4-day breaks are really going to mess us up. We know we're bad with soft tissues and stuff. So what this does mean, if the AFL don't want to extend this freaking bench, we're going to be resting a lot of our good players. So you could see Treloar get rested, Pendles get rested, Darcy Moore get rested, Jamie Elliott get rested. Unfortunately, DeGoey isn't playing. So you could see core of our players getting rested because of the short turnaround, aging bodies, battered and bruised bodies. We do have the personnel to back this up, but do we have the personnel to back up consecutive wins? I think we might, but it's just going to take a toll. I do think that the bench, as much as I hate to agree with Damien Hardwick, I do feel like the bench needs to be extended to 5 or 6. In the Premier League, they extended their bench, and what they also did was they allowed for, I think, 4 or 5 substitutes throughout the game. So what that does is, instead of the 3 substitutes, they can make 4, 5, or 6, something more than what I'm trying to emphasize is that there was something more than 3 substitutes that can be made during the game because of, you know, the COVID break and stuff like that. And that's something that, you know, we have to implement it. Even if that means, you know, something ridiculous like bringing in a substitute again or bringing in 2 substitutes. That could be a potential possibility as well. Look, and I do get that teams do get buys as well. So after this round of fixtures, we will get a buy. And it's just 4-day breaks. I know we have to do what we got to do, and I know the guys probably aren't going to complain about it a lot, but I have this platform and I'm going to complain about it. So, but anyway, I've already done that. But do I think that we can win all these games? 100%. Like, I'm very confident in the sort of games style that we're playing right now. It's looking very good. It didn't look good against the Giants, didn't look good against Essendon, but now we're starting to come into some sort of form. All we have to do is knock off the Eagles this weekend, and a preview will be coming for that shortly. A very nice preview, if I do say so myself. But anyway, I would love to know your thoughts. I wasn't going to make a video today, but this fixture just got surprised all of us. So I thought I may as well make a video, let out a little bit of my feelings. Want to hear your thoughts. What can change? Who do you see getting rested? Do you see Rantel, Bianco, Keane, even like a Lynch coming in for, you know, our stars that, you know, just rotating them like that? Or, you know, any sort of thoughts, leave them down below. But until then, like, comment, subscribe, tell your family, tell your friends, tell your pets, and until next time, double shackers, I'll swoop you later.